Push it. Hi.
Oh, we have this problem where we just start like talking and then we start making jokes and then we forget, oh yeah, the record button is there. Oops.
Yeah.
Listen, that's not my fault.
No, it is not. I never know when to record. Like I like do because we already recorded us talking in pre-drinks.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm like, is this private? Like I don't know. What if one of you starts saying something private and I accidentally clicked record?
Fuck,
and
it's only for YouTube. Okay, like YouTube exclusive. Like I got herpes,
like,
guys.
Does this look okay? Like,
Showing up your tits. Oh man.
So
anyway, this episode we're doing Stay Alive.
Woo! Our final Halloween episode
for 2024. If you forgot what year it was.
I just said this.
Yeah. But the movie wasn't 2024. The movie was
6.
No, wait. Okay. Did you say this is our final one for 2024?
No, she said this is just our final one for this season.
I just said of 2024. If you didn't know the year, and you're like, I just said that.
Oh, so I thought you were accusing me of not knowing the year. I thought you were like, because you don't know. You fucking
don't know.
No, I was like, no. I do know. I just didn't say it specifically. I swear.
I was worried I talked over top of you, or I wasn't like paying attention to anything you said. So no, it was just miscommunication.
I was like, I didn't know. How dare you accuse me of not knowing the date?
I can tell time. Like
I have it on my computer right here. I can prove it.
I know what time it is.
Yeah.
Anyway. Right. Jessica.
Hi.
What are you drinking and who are you?
Okay, I'm back to rum and coke in my Terrifier cup because I don't want to mess up my makeup. But since Stay Alive is like all video games and whatever, I figured I finally have an excuse to wear this dollar store foam wig I made out of all dollar store materials. I think I'm gonna like have to add another layer to like curve this down, but it fits perfectly over my headphones. But I am Gage from Borderlands.
Woo!
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Sonia, what are you drinking? And who are you?
I am drinking rum.
just out of the bottle.
There's no chaser. It's just straight ass rum.
It is. We were gifted like a whole bunch of alcohol, and it's been a couple weeks. So I'm like, I'm going to bed early tonight. So yeah, I'm sipping it. It's fine. Except for I chugged it. We were doing pre-drinks and I chugged it. And I just got another full glass. So
it's gonna be really fun.
Well, I should add I'm also on edibles. So like with you chugging and me on edibles and
Domray's gonna be the only one awake by the end of this episode.
Yeah. And what are you, Sonia?
I am. So, spoiler, Domray had a question of what horror game you'll be or what horror game you'll make. Something or play, something like that.
What's your ideal horror game, whether it already exists or you made it up?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I made up my ideal horror game.
Okay.
And that's what I am. And you will find out later on. So, spoiler, this is what it looks like. Go to your YouTube. But like... I'm for all forehead. When you can see YouTube, I usually don't think my forehead's that fucking big. But like when I'm just all forehead, it's pretty big. I got a fucking humongous forehead. Domry always calls me like 5 head, and I'm like, whatever, it's not that big. And like it fucking is apparently.
Told you so.
It is when it's the only thing you see.
Oh, my camera fell over.
It was just emphasizing the 5 head.
Zooming on my forehead. And Marie.
I'm drinking water because someone's got to be sober.
Are you driving?
And I'm October's brother. I forget his name. Okay, I watched this movie last week, and I already forget like half their names. I just know Hutch and October, and I think and that's the other one. But that's not the brother.
That's the brother. It's Phineas.
Phineas.
Phineas
No.
in October.
Then what's the dude with the upside down visor that Malcolm in the Middle character?
That's Malcolm
Swing.
in the Middle.
Yes, I just said Malcolm in the Middle. Anyway, okay, I'm Phineas. Whatever. I'm that dude. That's a stupid name.
I know,
don't like
his
that
sister
name.
got such a cool name, and he got Phineas.
Yeah, I don't like that name. Why did I pick him as my character? Whatever. Anyway, he was funny in the movie, so I was all like, yeah, but stupid name.
That was my worst scene. Is like the fucking names.
You don't like October? I think October is so cool.
I felt like that was like such a weak fucking name. Like, sure, let's make the goth girl her name October. Like, it's like if you name your kid Brittany, she's gonna be a whore bag. You know what I mean? Like,
maybe her name's not really October, and she just like changed it. She's like, "'Cause I'm goth." Maybe the goth came first.
Oh, maybe then. Maybe if her parents though named.
We need, I think their parents are dead, but like we need to ask them.
Yeah, that was my like worst scene. I'm like, these fucking names, okay. You know what? I'm just thinking maybe it's their like gamer name.
Maybe.
And like that's why their names are all fucking weird.
No, I don't think it was because they would call each other their names. Like,
yeah, like
real life.
Wink? That sounds like a gamer name.
They're all gamer names. I think that's like they're all
like
hardcore gamers.
Fun nicknames. Like they call each other their gamer tags.
That was so early, like early 2000s.
Yeah.
Like when Matrix came out and he went by Neo, but he had a different name. So everyone's like, I'm gonna go buy my gamer tag. And then I did my gamer tag, like when you were allowed to start doing gamer tags later. I think it was still before 2010. And I picked Sonya. Like every single username or gamer tag is not like my Xbox is Sonya, Discord is Sonya. Like as soon as I was able to like put my name somewhere, I fucking did. It's like it's like when you dogs pee on everything. I did that.
You're just marking your territory
in like games, yeah. And then when you finally go like to a game and like to use your name, like you can't use that. Like who the fuck used my name? It's fine.
Was that really your like worst scene though? Like was just the names, or do you actually have a worst scene?
That is my worst scene. These fucking names.
Okay, since we started off with that, what is your best scene?
We're not gonna do everybody's worst scene.
Oh, okay. All right, fine. Jessica, what's your worst scene? We're going backwards. We're just going.
Fuck it. There are no rules.
There's no rules. Anarchy. Oh.
Okay.
Jessica, what's your best and worst scene? Like, fuck Sonya. No, we're done with her.
You're not allowed to talk
shit
anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, well, since we heard Sonya's worst scene, my worst scene's kind of similar in the sense that it's not an individual scene, but more like a few scenes that have like the same thing. Any scene that had the detectives, because they were just so bad. Like their costumes weren't even like cop-like, and their badges looked fake. And the acting was just terrible. And also, Wendell Pierce was the detective there. He plays a lawyer in Twilight and also a lawyer on Suits. And so I'm used to seeing him act good. Not a good detective. You need to cast him as a lawyer only.
Yeah. You can't make him a cop ever.
Only character he can play
is legal.
But like the cops, when they like go after like trying to SWAT the apartment, they don't even watch the fire escape. Like you guys have your guns drawn. You didn't watch all the exits. Like I don't. But yeah, any scene with the cops was. Oh, sorry, that was my best scene. What am I doing? That's my best scene. My worst scene is when which guy is this? Oh yeah, Hutch explains the game is killing everyone, and then October believes him and starts dropping all the lore, and then Hutch is like, do you hear yourself? You're not helping. And I said, man, that audacity. So those are my best and worst scenes.
Nice.
We haven't even, before Domri, I'm going to cut you off, Domri. You can't talk about your shit. We haven't actually described what this movie is about.
Oh my God, Dom, you're dropping the ball here.
I ruined everything. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Okay, Stay Alive is about a video game that wasn't supposed to be released to the public yet. Someone stole it, played it, he died in it, and then he was all like, oh, I'm going to call my friend, tells his friend about it, and then he dies in real life the way he dies in the game, and same with his roommates. And then so his friend that he called ends up getting a hold of the game too, and then he plays with a bunch of other friends and his boss.
The only reason he was hired was his video game knowledge.
Yeah, and then so then people start dying from the video game, and yeah, that's the premise of the
because of a
movie.
witch who didn't like getting old.
Count blood.
Fair.
Yeah,
fair.
Yeah, I don't know if she's a witch or a vampire. Like,
and she does witchcraft. I think that's how you kill a witch. They say.
Yeah, but like, okay, so she bathed in the young blood, but she also, I think she drank it because like the one scene where she's like licking the blood from whatever bitch that was hanging, she was like drinking it. I think
that was like a witchcraft thing to make her young. Was like she was like killing young girls to like.
Was it like
bathe in their blood to make her young or something?
It was witchy, vampire-y. It was a whole bunch of weird
blood
shit.
fetish.
Yeah. Blood kink.
Yeah.
She's not a witch. She's just kinky.
It happens, you know? Like, don't knock it till you try it, I guess.
She has to be a witch to get them to like die in the game and stuff. But like in reality, it's just her like it turns her on kind of thing.
Well, that's how it started. And like she was killing a bunch of young girls and taking their blood when she was alive, and then, you know, she got trapped in her tower and they tried to kill her, and
she completed the board game phase. She just went straight to video game. Like, good for her.
Well, she's like, Jumanji already took it over. Like that's her cousin.
No, that's because the dude made the video game because he was like obsessed with her. Did you guys not watch the? Oh, you guys watched the? Okay, there's two versions of this movie. Theatrical does not show the creator of the video game.
No, they just end up at their house.
Yeah, okay,
I did not watch director's cut.
No, it wasn't director's cut. It's the extended version. The best part. Anyway, you actually get to meet the creator, and he was like obsessed with Count whatever blood bitch, and so like he created the game, and like so I think he brought her to the video game world, but like she has the magic. I don't fucking know. Okay, it's just
you're not very good at explaining things in this movie. Like that's the one thing.
It's not a good movie. I liked it, but at the same time, I fucking hated it.
Like it missed characters if you watch the theatrical one, because there was also the author of a book that they don't talk about. Like, yeah, they wrote a book about the Count, the girl, and like that's how the guy gets obsessed with her and makes the video game, and like, yeah, you have to watch the extended version.
And why don't they explain how Swink like lived when he died in like the video game says game over, but he's hiding in the roses, so it's not game over. But when he comes out of the roses, does he just come back to life in the game? Like, how did that work?
Okay, because so he's in the rose bush, right? And you obviously know that if you lay down a rose, whatever. So obviously he's surrounded by roses, he can't die. My theory is that when she like put him dead in the video game was to like lure the other people to like come after her so she could kill them. Like I think that is my theory.
Trap.
Yeah.
So she hacked the game? Like, because like
she
broke her own rules.
Yeah, did you not see how she was killing them even when they weren't playing?
Yeah, but the game was just free roaming. It's like when you leave the Sims on.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I got that part, but like making it look like a game over when it's not, that's a hack.
Yeah, she was cheating. She was
fucking
cheating
modded
bits.
the
What a
game.
bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least Jumanji didn't cheat. If you got
Yeah.
to the end, everybody wins.
Right?
And everything
Yeah.
went back. Could you imagine, like, if they kill her and everyone just came back to life?
That would have been amazing, though.
Would they be zombies?
Maybe.
They
Sonia, what's your
stay
best scene?
alive too. Sorry.
My best scene?
Yeah.
Malcolm in the Middle is the final girl. That
True.
yeah.
True. Yeah.
You're like I fucking hate that shit. But I was like, oh, I loved it. That was my favorite. Yeah. Baby Curtis.
His character was like, he's just Frankie Muniz is just great. I mean, my other favorite scene that I wrote down was him running. Like that's all I wrote. And he's just running for his life. I'm like, this is long. Like he probably ran for a
And just
while.
think of how many takes they had to do.
Yeah.
Like little Frankie, like he just poor guy. Good thing he's only like 90 pounds. Cause like
soaking wet.
yeah, like imagine needing to like run when you're like 200 pounds, like that much. Like
you get 2 takes max.
Yeah. You're like, I can't, I'm done. Fucking asthma.
Just rewrite the script, kill me. It's fine.
Right at the beginning. I can't.
Oh man. Okay. I have to show you guys something, okay?
Okay.
So
Okay.
I was researching a little bit, and by a little bit, I was just on IMDb. I didn't do like in-depth research, and I was looking at the one girl, Abigail, right? The one that survives with Hutch and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And for some reason on her IMDb, this trailer popped up, and I guess for a new movie that actually came out in September of this year that she was in. Plays a main character too, and this movie is part of a series of movies. This one's like each movie is specific. It's what's the word for it? Every it has like a title, but every movie is different. Like it's a different story every time.
Like a subgenre of like the. I know what you mean. I know. Yeah.
And so the series of these movies is called God's Not Dead. Okay. And they're all movies where Christians are being in trouble, I guess. They're getting persecuted. Like that's the theme. So they have like God's Not Dead, something, something, something. And it's a movie about like a Christian teacher that loses her job because she wanted the kids to pray or something like that. Okay, so this one's called God's Not Dead, In God We Trust, and it just came out in September, and I kind of need to show you this trailer. So she is the main character, female main character, so she's not the main character.
Is Melissa Joan Hart not in this one?
No, this one actually has because
I know Melissa Joan Hart was in like so many of the other ones. Like she's in the first one and the second one.
God's Not Dead. She was I have no idea, but for this one, we have Samare Armstrong, that's Abigail from this movie. David A.R. White, he's the main guy. But we got Dean Cain, Isaiah Washington, Scott Baio, top-notch right-wing cast for this movie.
Surprised Kevin Sorbo's not in it.
Yeah, me too, actually.
I don't think anybody wants to talk to him anymore. Like even other right-wing actors, like I think there's something wrong with his brain. Like
I look at his Twitter every once in a while because I'm curious.
Me too. I'm like, Kevin, buddy, like what is happening with you? Like I feel like he has like Swiss cheese brain, and like he still has access to Twitter. So like he's just like getting crazier and crazier, and nobody's like supporting him or getting him like the help he needs.
Because he's a man. If he like, that's the thing. It's like a woman shaves her head. They're like, she needs to be under like lock and key for the rest of her life. But then a man tweets.
No, I just want him to see a doctor. I don't care about people taking over his life. No, like
yeah, but even if he sees a doctor, then the doctor's gonna like prescribe him therapy or meds, and he's not gonna like want
Take
to do
them
those
willingly.
things. Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta get him started.
yeah, like I don't. That's the problem. Like there's human rights, but then when does human rights stop? Like when you're a danger to yourself, not taking your meds. Like, should you not be forced to take your meds? Like,
but also, like, shouldn't you have bodily autonomy?
Exactly. It's
right
such a gray thing, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, like, you don't know where, like, it's such a tricky thing. Like,
danger to others, definitely.
Yeah, but I
danger
feel
to yourself,
like
gray area.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel really bad, and like, I don't agree with censorship, but at the same time, I think that needs to be monitored too, because you get taken advantage of by like your family and stuff. Like they take all your money, like what happened to Brittany, right? Like she had no access to her money, her schedule, nothing. I feel like I don't know. I don't agree with it, but
sometimes it's necessary, but the laws need to be stricter around it, and it needs to be like it needs to be like this is the case that this was made for, you know, not another conservatorship case. Okay,
no, but I think it needs to be like also like checked every 6 months, like, you know, like it needs to expire. It's not an ongoing thing. You have to actively be getting the person you're trying to help support and like help and like meds or therapy and life skills.
And I understand the people in those caregiving roles getting an income, but that income needs to be monitored.
Yes.
Not fucking everything. like you get a pay. Like you get a caregiver pay. Like it'll be like how I get paid going to my job, you get paid going to your job. And then you get respite care and those people get paid. Like it's stupid. There's no actual laws. It's just like, okay, you can take over this. But even like child actors get like
boned. Yeah,
child actors that are in movies and television do. Reality TV child actors or online child actors do not.
Yes, like that's what I mean. Like even child actors who have contracts get paid and get access to their own money. Like
yeah, so like a certain percentage has to be put into the separate account that they
like
have
a trust fund.
Yeah,
you don't get the parents don't just get it. Like
that's the big issue is online child exploitation. They have not made laws for that yet, and that's why like people that became famous like Honey Boo Boo has no money because her mom spent it all on pedophiles and drugs.
Yeah,
like nothing. They have to get student loans. Like it's like what the fuck?
It's disgusting.
Okay, but I do think the script writers of this should be under conservatorship. Okay, let me know if the volume is too loud. But here's the trailer to God's Not Dead, In God We Trust, featuring Samare Armstrong, who played Abigail in Stay Alive, but she's a brunette here.
If we ever forget that we're one nation under God, then we will be a nation going under.
And how terrible he was.
Than ever, Christians must realize that we are being called to deliver hope to a country that's feeling hopeless.
The red tie is obviously on purpose.
Zone ends.
Yeah.
We need to step out into that faith.
We're 6 weeks out from Election Day, and a lot of folks have lost hope in the future of our country.
We must maintain a wall of separation between
church
and state. Religion has no place in the public square.
Yeah, I don't care that he's like
our country.
In this movie. I love him. He plays Satan in like another movie. I love him.
Where did we go wrong, Lord?
We need someone who can light a fire in the voters.
The preacher. He helped on those education hearings.
I've been hired to manage your campaign for Congress.
I'm not a politician.
If you don't take on this fight, we could lose everything.
They found someone to run against you.
Are we worried about a preacher?
My next guest is a candidate for Congress. You're going to get a lot of questions about your faith.
Well, maybe people are looking for more spiritual and moral leadership in Washington.
You're making God an easy target for them, Pastor.
God's not the target, Lottie. Our country is. God's just standing in their way.
I will not be made a fool of. I won't stop until your moral high ground crumbles beneath your feet.
You don't win unless you play by their rules.
I feel like I have
The rules of separation of church and state.
Yeah. Or I lose this race. It's like God keeps putting these impossible mountains in front of me.
Perhaps God put those mountains in front of you to show that they can be moved.
Please pray for David, guys.
We just pray for him.
This contest is about shaping the future of our nation.
Keep your boy in line. Because like his God, I can give it and I can take it away.
How do you know it's God?
Are they gonna make out? Like, do they fall in love?
Example of Christian nationalism.
Whenever anyone of faith promotes a policy that you don't like, you label them a Christian nationalist.
Because it's like forcing Christianity in schools. Yes.
We need
Which they just did in multiple
Send a
states.
message to Washington. Tell them you're not ready to give that power up. You have the power to change things. Not me, not him, you.
In God we trust. And without God, democracy will not and cannot long endure.
So, it's good to know she's still getting work.
Since this movie.
Oh, yeah. I had you know, Christians, obviously the most persecuted religion in the United States.
Yeah, of
obviously.
course.
Yeah. Oh,
They're
God.
always being told that like they're bad people, they're what's wrong with the world, they're just no one lets them live their lives. Like,
Yeah.
I feel bad for them.
Keep Christians down. It's
I
terrible.
just feel bad for them, yeah.
So that was like blew my mind. I was like, oh, like how much money would I have to be offered to have been in that movie? You know what I mean?
But so like even the other ones, they always have like all-star cast kind of thing. Like there's
Some
a lot
people don't care. They
about-
or they are Christian, and so
yeah.
I think most of them have to be. Like, you can't just literally read that script and not like want to believe
it's called
it.
acting.
a lot of them are
I know that.
grifters. Like a lot of them are grifters. Like they're like, oh yeah, God, I love God as long as he gives me money. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I love the guy, like the villain of that movie. I love him. He's in like a few things, and I'm sure he is religious. I don't care, but like,
I have no problem with religion. It's when you act like you're fucking persecuted when you're like the majority religion in that country, to the whole point that like Roe v. Wade literally got overturned. Like,
yeah,
you're not being persecuted. Like that movie came out after Roe v. Wade was overturned.
Yeah.
Like, guys, come on, you're winning. Calm down.
Yeah. Like, relax. You're winning. You're on top. Don't worry.
Yeah. Unfortunately, but
So my favorite scenes.
oh yeah, Don. What about your best and worst scene?
My favorite scenes. Okay, I have two. First opening, like after he dies in the game and he goes to see his roommates and they're doing it, and the guy's got the pig face, the pig mask. Love that. Because different sexualities, different sex, I like that. And then the boss, like when he's like playing the video game and he's like snorting coke before he's doing the game. I freaking love that. That was hilarious. Those are like my favorite scenes.
I would love to be hired based on my video game skill.
Right?
I would never get hired. Like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, that one. I die all the fucking time. It's like you can play the game forever and not die. I fucking die. I'll go swimming and I get lost in the water and I die. Like it's an easy game to play and I keep dying. It's not good.
So we can't play Stay Alive with Sonia.
No.
Unless I'm hiding in the bushes. I could be in
Yes,
a bush.
we just get in her
You
rose
there, we're
bush.
like, you
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
We'll go kill the witch.
Yeah. I'll be lookout, guys. Like I'll stay here.
She'll be in the rose bush. And my worst scenes, besides the cop scenes, because they were fucking ridiculous, was how this dude dies, like the horse carriage. I was just like, this is bullshit. It was so anticlimactic. Like, I was just like, no.
I found that with a lot of the death scenes.
Yeah, like, but a lot of them like got like scissors to the throat or like hung and sliced and whatever. This dude gets run over by imaginary horse. Like, what the fuck? That was stupid. I hated it. It was the worst kill scene in the whole movie.
I hate it.
He didn't even get to run. Like at
No.
least Link got to run.
Right? Like in October, she got to like say like "fuck you, bitch" before like they slit her throat. But like, no gore. It was just run over and he's dead. Like, I was just like, what the fuck?
They should have had it back up, like the horses start trotting back
Yes.
and then go again.
Back, forth, yeah. It was
like horse carriage style.
It was the worst one for the kill scenes in that movie, I believe. So Jessica, what do you think was problematic in this movie?
Let me confer.
let me read my notes.
Okay, so when they break into the house of his friend that died, like his friend that died to the game first night, the guy from Gilmore Girls, you go in and you notice like it's been like at least days since these bodies were removed, and there's still like broken shit around and blood everywhere. And so the problematic thing is when a crime or suicide or something happens in your house, even if the cops are breaking into your house, you're actually responsible for any damage and cleanup. So, so the problematic thing is, if a murder or suicide is committed in your house that leads to, lots of gore, lots of blood, and you can't afford a private company to come clean it, you have to clean it yourselves. And that's pretty traumatic. And therefore, the problematic thing is I feel like crime cleanup should be a public service. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah, welcome to my TED Talk.
Yeah, a lot of poor people end up having to clean up the blood of their loved ones. And it's not talked about a lot. So
it's never talked about. Not a lot. It's never talked about.
So problematic.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Sonia, what's your problematic scene?
Besides that bitch saying like that's gay all the time, my problematic is when like the girl's throat gets slit and then his like the boyfriend just goes out and makes out with somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you need to grieve. Like, I feel like if my boyfriend went out and made out with somebody, I would come back from the game and haunt him. I feel like that is my right. I would join the witch and be like, hey, help me out, sister. And then I would kill him for her. I feel like that.
Maybe that's why the guy in the beginning was wearing the pig mask. It's like an all men are pigs theme to the movie.
Because the witch hates men too, right? Like that.
Yeah. Well, I think she only kills the females, so like the blood thing, right? And then males, I have no idea because is she using their blood too? I don't think so.
I think she just thinks they're ugly. She's like, ew, men.
Ew,
women are beautiful.
boys are
Let me bleed.
gross.
Like, bleed on me, you beautiful, gorgeous woman, you.
Doesn't want their dirty blood. They're dirty.
No.
That's why.
Like, dude, you don't even wipe your ass. Like, I'm not gonna touch your blood. Like, who knows what's been in there?
Why do you have skid marks? I don't know. Have I ever told you that, like, in a mom group, someone mentioned, oh, like, their husband has, like, skid marks. And, like, so many women were like, that's just how men are. No, tell them to wipe their ass.
Like, basic hygiene. I've seen, like, Reddit stories where they're like, my boyfriend said he thinks he got a mole down there and had me look, and it was like a huge like infected rash because of shit. Like, it's like, and they're just like, yeah, what do I do? How do I nicely tell him to clean his butthole? Like,
you tell him. That's what you be like,
embarrass the fuck out of him.
Like,
but
a lot of like, they're like, well, that's how just men are. Like, a lot of these women think like that's just how men are. So like, I know that. It's just like the internet.
And
so many women.
Dave, the second he comes in from work, he eats and then he showers. Like, he cannot stand being in his own filth. How are these women just dealing with that?
Brainwash.
Well, and I'm also like, I'm so sorry, but like as a prepubescent girl and then pubescent girl, how many men made fun of me for like wearing bras or like having armpit hair or having leg hair or getting my period and not like being protected at that moment or whatever. It's like, no, your time's due. Like,
Yeah,
now I
wash
can make
your
fun
ass.
of you. I feel like I've earned it.
Yeah.
Just go
So-
like, yeah, you know what? Next time someone says like my husband, blah blah blah, and all these other women are like, that's just how men are. I'm gonna like stalk them. I'll click who their husbands are, and I'll send you their profiles, and you can be like, hey, clean your ass. Okay?
Oh my god, we should do like cameos.
I
Like, just
forget-
pay us $20 and we'll tell your husband to wipe his ass.
We'll go make a Cameo account like tomorrow. I'm too tired and drunk today, but like tomorrow we'll make a Cameo account, and that's what we will do. We will call your husband and tell him to wash his ass. We'll call your ex-husband and tell him to wash his ass.
Get an
Like-
ad ready. So anytime you see a post like that, you just put the ad. Like $20, we'll tell your husband
We're
to wipe
super
his ass.
cheap, guys. Super cheap.
We will tell whoever needs to be told to wash their ass.
Yeah, like it could be your boss. We won't even say who says it. We will just send them.
Just give us an email.
That's
Like,
right.
that's it.
A phone number, whatever. Oh, no,
Whatever.
Videos in Cameo.
We'll text people.
No,
It
but we can do
doesn't
it like private Cameo. Like, it doesn't have to
Yeah.
be on Cameo. It's just like the
No, I
verb.
know you could do, but like it's. I said we could.
But you
call
can
them.
send
It has to
videos
be
through like texts and emails.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah. That's what I mean. It has to be a video. It can't just be a vocal
Yeah.
call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll be like, wash your ass.
We got this. Market it. Got it.
We like walk in. We're like, what is that smell?
And then like insert name.
Ew. Yeah, we
like the
never make a
nightmare
new
guy.
one.
Yeah. You know how like the nightmare, he like does all his acting and then he's like Megan, like that. We'll do shit like that where we talk into the camera like it.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, yes. So be on the lookout for that.
In the new year.
And so my problematic would have been the cops. Like, obviously they're problematic. Like, they didn't even do any like thorough investigations. They just were like, what do you mean the video game? Oh, you're like connected. If you think someone is connected to murders, you bring them in for questioning, like, and keep them. You don't just follow them around. Like,
they're fucking Hamilton.
like, damn, your friends are dead. What's up with that?
Seriously, look at their costumes. Like, it's literally just layers of like coats and then like a fake badge that's clinging on for its life. Like, it's hilarious.
It was just like, who just follows people around and is like, and then the cop's like, yeah, hold on, let me play the video game. Like, the one dude, like, what? You have a job to do. Why are you trying to play a video game for? Like, oh, it just
But then
annoyed
he
me.
dies, and then the cops are like, let's go get this other guy. Like, it's not the video game. Like, it's like, okay, bud.
Okay.
God.
Don't like you in the like just anyway. I rate this movie a 7 because I like the video game aspect and I like the name October.
I like
that
it
name.
too. I like October.
I hated all the names, okay? Like it's not just October. I was like, these are the most shitty ass games, but then I realized it's probably because they're gamer tag. So, you know.
If people can be named April, people can be named October.
I want to name someone November now.
That's my birthday.
Oh, would you approve of that?
Yeah, like just start calling me November, guys.
Hey, November.
Call me March.
I mean, I'm still August, so and that's an actual name. So I
It
mean,
is a name. We're all making them names.
I'm fucking March. Like, what am I? I'm an action word.
I'm an action word.
Jessica, what's your rating for this movie?
Okay, so my rating is a 6.5 for the pure fact that both the scene the scenes, the costumes, and the like shaky camera gave me a lot of B movie vibes, but like with a
Yes!
budget.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, this is feels like it's shot with a B movie, like as a B movie, but it has like actors I know the names of. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So yeah, I was a little 6.5.
6.5. And Sonia, what's your rating?
I'm actually I didn't like it, but at the same time, a lot of part of the movies I did like it. So I'm actually giving it a 5. So I did like how campy it was. And I do like video games. But that was it. And I did like how a lot of it just like the characters you can like, but the death scenes were kind of like eh. And like I also like how the jump scares weren't really that jump scary.
Yeah.
And because I hate jump scares. So like it was I liked it, but hated it. So I'm a 50-50.
Yeah.
Like right in the middle, 5.
Nice. And for my final question for everyone, I guess I'll do again, Jessica. What's your ideal video game?
Okay, so I actually looked up what video games on Steam are available called Stay Alive. So I'm just gonna read a couple of these and then I'll let you know my personal choice.
Okay.
So we have Stay Alive Paradise City. It's a narrative-driven third-person survival horror game where you fight through the zombie-infested city of Paradise. That's not out yet. It's just to be announced. Then we got Stay Alive Apocalypse. It doesn't have very good reviews, but it says, you ever played a sandbox survival zombie RPG? You heard it right. In Stay Alive Apocalypse, we will offer you an indie zombie survival game, which is in a sandbox, random generated world, and presents RPG elements. But apparently it's not very good. Then we have Stay Alive. Came out 2022. You're a typical average journalist thirsty for a sensation. Finally, for such a long period of work, you are entrusted with a major report related to multiple forest fires in Siberia. So there's that, and then there's Stay Alive. This one's also coming soon, not out yet, but it's a game with simple gameplay designed in retro pixel art style with elements of mythology.
Nice.
So be on the lookout for that. And those are all the games on Steam called Stay Alive. I was hoping there was like a Stay Alive game from 2006. I think there was, but it's just not on Steam.
Okay.
But my horror game is a game called it's a real game. It's called At Dead of Night. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it. It came out a couple years ago. And it's a point and click style horror, but it has jump scares. And it has real actors. It's one of those games with like real people.
Okay.
And it's very like I don't know where you are. You're in a country and you're going to a music festival, but unfortunately, like you have to stop at this hotel and your friends are all in their different rooms or whatever you go. But the guy that works there ends up like kidnapping them and stuff. His name is Hugo Punch. And he's like mad that you didn't go to his comedy show. Excuse me. And so he like kidnaps all your friends. And so you have to go talk to ghosts throughout the hotel without him hitting you in the head with a bat. It's really good, but it's one of those stories where it's like it's jump scary and hard, but not too hard, but also like has real actors, which I like. I love point and click. It has gore, it has lore, and it's just interesting all the way through, but it also has video tutorials for you to watch before playing.
Nice.
So that really teaches you how to play. So I appreciate that. So.
I like learning.
I do.
All right, Sonia, you're up.
Okay, I made up a game. It's called Clowns Teaching Math, and it's available on my Wish version Nintendo Switch here. And it's like you're tested. You're doing a test, like pop quiz day, and it's with clowns, and they like teach you math. So like you got all these like math terms on here. There's pi up at top, and so you're like in a dark room, and all of a sudden like these clowns kind of like Jack in the Box, kind of like blah, 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 and that's like super scary. But like my game has the option in the settings to turn off jump scares. And instead, they just kind of like creep at you, like come in, they're like, hey, hi, just so you know I'm here. And then they teach you the math and you have to get it right or they yell at you. It's a very stressful game.
I love that option to turn off jump scares because like nowadays, a lot of new horror games and stuff have the arachnophobia option.
Mm-hmm.
So if you click it, there's no spiders in your game.
Yeah.
And so like I feel like that's just the next step.
Yeah, no jumping clowns. Like that's the yeah. They let you know. They're like, hey, like it's like more lighted up so you can see them. And like it's just like, hey, how's it going?
You're wrong. That's not
except for the yell at
It's also
you.
like a learning game too because you're learning math.
You have to already
Are you
know math.
learning? Or are you being traumatized?
Yeah. We don't teach you any math. There's no learning. It's you're just given a pop quiz.
Okay.
And, yeah.
I thought he was teaching like a horror teaching game. I was like,
well,
oh,
like
okay.
it says teaching, but it's a horror clown. So like you go to school and it's a pop quiz. You know, like your nightmares where you're like go to school and you're naked and it's a pop quiz that you didn't study for.
Yeah,
like that's what it is. It's a math test.
Okay. Now just mad. Is it first person? Like, are you seeing through the eyes of you?
You're there. Like when you're dreaming, it's you, right? Like
yeah. So like I'm imagining him like whoever the character is like sitting in one of those like desk chair attached
from the old school,
from the old school, and like I'm imagining like you can look down and you're just in your underwear, like everything else is gone, and then you look up and then it's a clown with like a black chalkboard saying like you gotta answer these questions, and that's how the game starts in my head.
I hated those chairs because I'm left-handed, and so they're only for right-handed people. Not cool.
Yeah, they ended up having because I was pregnant up until like I was in school up until the 8th month. So by like the 6th month, they had to swap out one of those for a regular desk chair separate because I couldn't fit.
They had to accommodate. I
They
didn't get
had
no
to
fucking accommodations. I like had to like have twisted back. Like okay.
Oh, I sat on the floor. I said this is more comfortable. So. Someone said something. I was like, you can't make me sit in that.
Oh, and I just like, there's this mark here, there. That's not math. That's Stargate. Tricked, yeah.
Oh my god,
it starts off like this is math, but like this is Stargate.
You should have that as like a possible like answer to something.
Oh, like Easter egg in like
yeah, if you pick it, like a Stargate something pops up.
Yeah. Oh, like the Stargate character?
Yeah.
In the clown costume.
Clown jump scares you?
Yeah. So like if Jewel State, if you are watching and listening to our podcast, let me know.
We'll tag them.
I just love her. She's amazing.
Yeah.
I love her in everything.
Nice.
That's
in one of those God movies.
I don't think she'll ever be in one of those God
Good for her. Good for her.
Good for her.
All right, Dawn Marie, what are you?
No,
not what you are. Not what you are.
What's my game?
Yes.
Okay.
What are you freak?
Okay. So I had a dream when we're traveling soon. So I had a dream and now I turned my dream into a video game. We're on a plane and it crashes, but we're going to a Caribbean island. Anyway, but we crash and we end up in a different island than what we're supposed to be. And it's the island where the government, the US government decided they were tired of housing serial killers. So they just shipped them off to this island. And that's the island we landed on. And in my game, each level is like a different like serial killer boss that you have to like defeat, and like there's like the pyro, and there's like the cannibalism, and like different stages, like different psychos, and like there's one that like he like killed using like movie kills, like different like masks and stuff, like doing Scream or Freddy Krueger or whatever. And like, yeah, so that would be my game.
Do I die at the beginning?
Of course, I throw you.
You hide. You
Oh,
just
that's
stay
right.
at
I'm
base.
hiding.
We make a base. You just stay there. You're just
Yeah.
at base.
Yeah.
You're cooking all day.
I'm fine. You guys are gonna get poisoned. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a video game. It tells you what ingredients to get.
Oh,
You just,
that's right, it helps.
forage. Yeah.
I'll open up.
It's not real cooking. You just throw it in the fire, and it just the timeline goes on. And you
Oh, like I'll bring up Zelda again. like Zelda, you just throw everything in a pot, and I was like, but
exactly. So yeah, you'll just be foraging all day nearby camp.
That's what I do. So when there's this game called like Grounded or Grounders, and like some of the kids will play and I'll join, and they're like building their base and stuff. I just go off and find things and bring it back and put it in a thing. Same with like rafters. I just go and find things, and then they're like, okay, we're leaving this spot. Like, where are you? And I'm like, I don't know. Wait, I'll come back. I don't know where I am. And then I just die so I can just start back up at the start because I don't know where I am. I don't know how to get back. But then I respawn in my bed, and then they can move on. They can go where they're supposed to go. I just kill myself.
I feel like that's the one thing. This game doesn't warn you. I guess it kind of warns you, but like it doesn't. Like if you're a gamer and you're watching the intro to Stay Alive, you're not thinking, "Oh, I'm just gonna die once," because that was unusual for games.
Yeah,
you know,
there's lots of games where you only
nowadays.
Die once.
Back then, you save.
No, what is that game? It's like Mario or whatever. You die, you have to go right back to the beginning.
Like rage bait games, but not like horror survival games.
Oh, I guess not. Dark Souls.
Yeah. Which is so yeah. And like nowadays there are like Project Zomboid. It's like your character, like it literally starts the game with this is how you will die. And once your character dies, you cannot respawn it. Like you can't even go to an old save, like it's gone forever. So sometimes you like live for a year and then you cry when that character is dead.
You're like, no.
But like, so games like that exist now. I mean, even like the voice technology when they're like voice activated technology that doesn't what? And I'm like, that still doesn't even really exist. It's not that good.
Yeah. Which is crazy because that was like 20 years ago, and you could have think like they could have made that by now.
I hate how that's 20 years ago. By the way, I'm like,
my bad.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Well, it's like they have like new like games that are coming out that are like AI, so you like talk via the microphone to characters, and the characters respond in like certain ways, but it's still not even that good. And then there's some that just record sound. So like if you're hiding, you have to be quiet. But like there's not like such voice recognition technology that you have to read those words for the game to start. So someone should do that.
Yeah.
Scare people.
Market it.
We start our opinionated Lushes game like that. Like, I pledge my soul to Satan upon this drink. Jesus takes the wheel.
Amen. Any final thoughts on your movie, Marie, that you want everyone to tell, say, or hear? You want everyone to hear.
It's not that scary. Like, it wasn't that scary. Like, so same with like Dead Silence. I would think it's like a beginner horror movie.
Yeah,
Like,
I think so too. As somebody who hates scary, it was okay. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't too gory.
Not a lot of sex or anything, too.
No.
So, like, actually none. So, yeah. So it's
the beginning scene.
The very
that's
beginning, but you don't even like really see anything besides the pig mask. It's like,
yeah.
So, yeah.
Very PG-13.
Yeah.
Very PG-13. Yeah. So, yeah, that would be my final thought on it.
I should get Ernest to watch it, actually. I don't think he's seen it. He likes video games.
There you go. Get him to play video game. And then watch Jumanji after and compare the two.
Yeah, one's a horror, one's an adventure. Where are the differences?
Yeah.
Because like you watch and like you think the one guy dies like for a little bit, and then like the other kid is like transformed into a monkey, and
There
there's
you go,
giant
see?
spiders. It could have easily been a horror.
Well, when you're like 8, it is kind of like. I think I was 8 when it came out. It was a little scary.
I had been watching horror movies since I was like 2, so I was not scared.
Now I have to know when Jumanji fucking came out.
I think I was
You really want to
4.
know?
Yeah, I think it was 1995, but I might be wrong.
But yeah, I might have been 10. Yeah, 1995. So I was like 10. Okay. So like, I don't know why that kind of like freaked me out. But you know what, 10, I had still a very active imagination then too. So yeah, I was gonna say yeah, it kind of freaked me out.
I think you want to hear my professional opinion, and I'm not a professional.
Yeah.
I think it's because you like board games, and because it was a board game doing like evil things, you're like, what if this board game is going to be the board game that does the evil thing to me? And your brain was like, no, don't let that happen.
Yeah. Well, it had a happy ending. You know, I just like, maybe it was just like suspense kind of a little bit to me. Like, oh my God, they're all going to die. These kids are going to die.
They're killing children.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I've had like general anxiety disorder my whole life pretty much. So I was just like, oh my God, these people are going to die. And like, it was really sad when baby Robin Williams, I forgot his name. It says right there. Oh, Alan?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. Yeah. And like I was really sad for him. I'm like, oh my gosh, like he died and then people just left him. They like abandoned him. And
First
then, like,
he got beat up by bullies.
Yeah, and his dad was like a fucking jerk. Okay.
Yeah.
Like that was
regular dad in that era.
An emotional roller coaster. But like the second one, the one that came out recently, that was fine. I'm like, I like this. It's like it wasn't as stressful.
Well, I'm like, they're video game characters. I feel like that's what it is. They're in the game. Like, I know it's them for realsies in the game, but it's like, that would be like if we watched the first Jumanji through the perspective of Alan when he went in the game.
Oh, yeah. He's like surviving in the jungle for 30 years.
Oh, they're going to do a prequel of that. You know they are.
They have to.
They're just waiting for enough time between when Robin Williams died to when they can release
He was such a legend. They're like, no, we can't yet. Yeah. We can't. Although they did like the genie, like Aladdin.
Yeah, but that's just voice. So I feel like maybe people didn't catch on.
It's like doing a Patch Adams without Robin Williams. Like there's no way they
or
could
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, you could never remake that.
You could never.
People would be so fucking mad. Like
that's or Flubber. That was another one you can never redo.
No, I feel like
they're gonna.
You can never.
Not yet.
No, not yet. But they're good.
You need to wait for our generation to be just like gone.
They fucking redid The Office. Like it's not even that old. Yeah, on Amazon Prime, there is a new season of The Office, completely new actors playing Jim, Pam, Michael Scott.
It's not a spoof?
No.
Are they really like that? Like desperate? Like it's not that old, and like there's other ideas still out there, aren't there?
Like apparently not. Yeah, it's on Prime Video.
We take up British TV so much. Like British TV does it, and then we do it. Like so, like Shameless.
Yeah.
And then The Office, or The Office, and then Shameless, and then Ghosts. Have you seen that show?
Yeah.
No.
The girl from iZombie, the main character, is also the main character from in this one. So.
Oh, nice.
I forget her name, but she's great.
Yeah, we steal all of our ideas. Right? No, we steal all of their ideas.
Yeah. Well, we're not American or British, so we're kind of in the middle. So yeah, we're stealing our own ideas. Like we are stealing our ideas. If we're like, because we're both of them, we have no identity.
But no one watches it anyway. They're like, it's Canadian.
Yeah.
Like Canadians are like, it's Canadian. Like we like watch American films and we're like, I know where that was shot.
Hamilton.
Yeah, like I watched Suits, like because Chris really likes Suits, and we'd watch Suits, and it was supposed to be in New York, but it's shot in Toronto.
It's Chicago, but it's
Yeah,
shot
whatever.
in Toronto.
A big American city, and it's shot in Toronto, and we'd be like, haha, I know that street. Fooled you, Americans.
I've seen that street. Yeah. Same with Umbrella Academy, that's filmed in Hamilton. Tracker with that big dude, that's filmed in Hamilton. There's just so many stuff.
It's
filmed.
cheaper here. That's
Yes, cheaper.
Yeah. And like you'll see like back in like the like 90s to early 2000s, any ghetto movie was filmed in Hamilton. I feel now would be more appropriate. You don't have to do like fake falling down or like fake garbage or like fake unhoused. I feel like you could just like use
pull
the
up.
scene. Like just fucking walk down the street with a camera. No extra like work needed.
No.
Like dystopian like movies like Repo Man or whatever his name was or something like that. Demolition Man. That was supposed to be like dystopian, like garbage town or whatever. Like that's what it looks like now. Like we just
just drive down Sherman Street.
We are literally in a dystopia. Like you watch TV and it's like it's like I don't even know what satire is anymore.
No, me neither.
Like I'm like, is this real life? Like I'm like that fucking meme of that girl or that kid when he had teeth surgery or whatever. And is this real life? Like that's me every day.
Yeah,
it's cool. It's fine.
That's our final thought.
Yeah, our final thought.
Alive.
We're just like we are trying to stay alive. We are in a horror game, and if we die, we die in real life. Like that's what it is.
We die in real life. We die in real life.
That's right. If we die in this game, we die in real life.
If you die in this podcast, you die in
that's
real
right.
life.
Watch out.
Just I'll see if I can fit a jump scare in there.
It's just your fucking hand.
Put a sock on it or something. Well, thank you all so much for listening. Stephanie Hurst, I hope you live in real life. I don't know how to end this episode.
We'll see you eventually in real life.
Hopefully, I'm hoping as long as
if she doesn't get like a restraining order.
We'll be like, she asked for this, I swear.
That's right. Just fucking victim blaming. Like
we paid for it.
How dare you, Stephanie? After all we've done for you, hours of entertainment.
And be sure to check out this episode on YouTube tomorrow. Like, I'm assuming you're listening to this on a Friday right away. Like, you wake up on your way to work. This is what you have to listen to. And then tomorrow, watch this on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a whole playlist on our YouTube called Halloween episodes. And it's every Halloween episode we've ever done. So every time a new Halloween episode comes out, I add it to that playlist. And so you can watch all of our movie reviews in one fell swoop. Look at all of our costumes. Just go for it.
Yeah.
Check it out.
My hardworking costumes.
Right? Like the first 8 episodes is Domri being sexy, whatever. And then she's like, I'm taking the year off.
Yeah, this year I'm just like, fuck it.
Like, you bitches keep making me do arts and crafts. Fuck you. Like,
yeah, stop it.
All right, I'm going to say goodnight to you guys.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.